You're the one for me, Fatty, you're the one I really, really love, and I will stay. Promise you'll stay for me, your way. You're the one for me, Fatty, you're the one I really, really love, and I will stay. Promise you'll stay forever in your way. Hey. Fat. Hello everyone, it's James here. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be reacting to the people who put the word healthy into the phrase unhealthily obese. We're going to be looking at some fat acceptance cringe on the old ticky-tacky. So normally it's fat acceptance is kind of people assume it's just women, but no. Us men get involved too. Not me, obviously, because I'm losing weight and I'm apparently a smug fat person because I don't appreciate other fat people for being fat. All right then. I do think being fat is unhealthy. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, let's get into this. This guy is downing some chalky milk. Love that for him. Yeah, that's a belly. What I don't understand is, right, he's got the gun, okay, but does he have to like hitch it up when he's going for a wee wee? And then when he's going for a wee wee and he's hitched his gun up, how does he direct his pee pee to go into the toilet? It's one of life's great mysteries, I think. Especially after drinking all that chalky milk, he is going to need to go to the toilet, isn't he? So, yeah, it's quite perplexing. And that is a very big tummy. Very big tummy. I don't know if my belly hung that low. Does your belly hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow? Let me know. Oh, he's so satisfied. He thinks he's so sexy doing this. When it's like, you know, when when he gets so fat that people aren't interested, he'd be like, "Where's everybody gone?"
Hello there.
Buh!
Hello. How are you? How are you?
This. Oh dear. This looks like what's left over at the bakery at the end of the day. Those poor little wholemeal rolls that didn't quite make it out of the oven in a good way. Um, yeah, man. I'm not sure this is a good look for your feetsies.
How are you doing today? I'm fine. How about yourself?
His toes look like little, like a castle. You got the turrets on the castle. It looks like there's bowmen behind his toes, like the diabetes is coming. Alas, I think the diabetes might be at the gates for this fellow.
Oh man, I'm doing lovely. Here's the foot again.
I don't get how this. Well, I'm assuming this person might not walk very far, if at all. Um, but yeah, how would you walk on a foot like that? Because the foot kind of like crooked as well, if you notice, unless that's the fat kind of modifying it. Because obviously the fat has rendered this foot unrecognizable, so unrecognizable it looks like a loaf of Kingsmill bread. Yeah, this is so sad. But his toes seem to have not been affected. So I guess the fat couldn't push through to the toesies. Oh, work it, girl. Yes. I love your hair, darling. Fabulous. I mean, at least he's doing some exercise. We can't take that away from the fella.
Would you ever take a recommended prescription that only has a 2 to 5% success rate?
Well, I guess it depends. Are there other recommendations that could be made with better success rates?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Then no. That is a horribly low success rate. Why would anyone ever try that?
Because it's one of the main recommendations the doctors give to their patients for just about any symptom of illness.
That does not seem like a responsible thing to prescribe. Oh, it's not. So what is it exactly?
Intentional weight loss. And we're talking...
Gotcha! You thought I was going to say fizzy lifting drink or something like that, but no. Steady weight loss of 1 to 2 pounds a week. Gotcha! Yeah. I think losing weight could probably alleviate quite a few symptoms. I think the issue is that when you go to a doctor and they're like, you say to them, "Oh yeah, I keep getting these headaches," and they're like, "Oh, you thought about losing weight?" It's kind of like, can you examine me first? You don't just look at me and think, I know I'm fat, but you might want to have a bit of a look at me. So there are some doctors that kind of go for that kind of thing. But, things like type 2 diabetes, which I have, my type 2 diabetes is well in control thanks to intentional weight loss. My joint pain has eased up massively thanks to intentional weight loss. My breathing is a lot better thanks to intentional weight loss. Do you get the kind of idea? Do you catch what I'm throwing, people? It's intentional weight loss is a good thing. They're not going to prescribe it to people who are at a healthy weight. That much is obvious. If you weigh 400 pounds and you're complaining of constant joint pain in your knees, yeah, they will be like, you thought about losing weight. So this person's just kind of, I don't know, straw manning, I guess, maybe. But yeah, he looks right smug when he says intentional weight loss. Yeah, buddy.
A blanket recommendation of, have you considered losing weight? Oh? Yeah. It's impossible for 95 to 97% of the population to lose weight intentionally. That has been...
I mean, I don't know what the sources are for this. Probably mayonnaise and ranch. But yeah, I think this guy's just like doing all these things to maybe get laid. I don't know. Am I being facetious? Yeah, I am.
been proven study after study for over half a century. So given that information...
He said do that blue and grape Kool-Aid bit.
Alright. Brrr, skibbity bop, 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 bop. What's the actual point of this, dude? Mate. Mate, what are you doing? You're just going to need to have a shower straight afterwards. It's so odd. I mean, who'd dance around in a short video doing stuff? Oh. All right. Well, who talk funny for... Anyway, we'll leave it there. Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't understand. It's not the ice bucket challenge. He's not doing this for charity. It's bizarre. Pouring stuff on yourself for views. I don't want to be known as the guy. Oh, you pour crap on yourself for money, don't you? Yeah. That would be good on the resume, wouldn't it?
What y'all got next?
Ate at the fair as a fat person who doesn't care about losing weight. Started off with these Hog Daddy fries. They were so cheesy.
They were so cheesy.
That right there is what we call rich fat, all right? I have gone to plenty of fairs. Never bought any of that stuff because she just dropped $75 on food. And
$75 for that? Bloody hell. That didn't even look nice. It looked like demonic spaghetti bolognese to me. Let's have a look at it again. No, you're not spaghetti bolognese. There we are.
Started off with
There we are. So, I don't know. That does look like mince on top. Horrible processed cheese and some some stringy fries. Yeah. I mean, mate, if that's more than a tenner, I ain't paying more than a fiver for that, to be quite honest with you. It looks horrible. I don't really go to things like fun fairs or stuff like that. I know I'm the life and soul of the party. But yeah, I know that places like that are hella expensive for food.
These hog daddy fries, they were so cheesy.
That right there is what we call rich fat, all right? I have gone to plenty of fairs, never bought any of that stuff because she just dropped $75 on food. No. I'm more of a,
Mate, where are your eyes? Oh, there they are.
bucket of KFC kind of guy, just fast, easy calories.
Yes, mate. I completely understand. I used to be the bucket of KFC guy as well. I don't like chicken bones, so I would do the 12-piece boneless family bucket. Yeah. Family of one. Yeah, I'd do that. Disgusted with myself even thinking about it now. But hey, it was a lot of protein, which is why I'm so hench right now. Rawr. Okay.
I can
Nothing to
understand
say
why you
to
think
that.
this because it's what we've been taught and it's rarely challenged. But what I'm saying is having
I'm going to slow this down a little bit because I put it on 1.25, but I think we can tolerate the normal speed here.
a BMI over 30 does not automatically make you unhealthy. According to the National Health and Nutrition Survey, nearly half of overweight individuals and nearly a third of people with a BMI over 30 are completely free of any
So this kind of latching on to the BMI thing, the BMI is meant to be for more of a generalized kind of large scale thing. And for individuals, it is like, a guideline, I guess. But as we know, there are people out there that would be in the obese category of the BMI who are absolutely healthy as anything. Like, I'm sure there's Olympians competing right now that are classed as obese, but are absolutely smashing it in terms of like their health. So we do have to kind of take the BMI with a pinch of salt. But Fat Acceptance does love to latch on to the BMI thing, and it's quite interesting. And they kind of conflate it with racism as well. But yeah, it's kind of manipulating it for your own arguments, I suppose. But personally, I don't really go into the whole BMI thing. I want to get to a point where I feel healthy. And, if I feel healthy at, I don't know, 180 pounds, because I'm quite tall, I'm 6'2". So perhaps I will be, feeling healthy at 180 pounds because I'm doing a lot of exercise and I'm building a bit of muscle, So there is that. So I would say to not put too much credence into the BMI scale, but yeah, this guy's obviously clutching at straws.
cardiometabolic conditions. In other words, by lumping everybody into these BMI groups, we're misdiagnosing a significant portion of the population. Now, I know what you're thinking. That still leaves up to 2/3 of those people who are above normal weight with the cardiometabolic conditions. But guess what? In that same study, 2/3 of normal weight people were considered cardiometabolic unhealthy too. So what do you think? Should we keep systematically misdiagnosing people as diseased purely based on their body size and literally nothing else? On the other hand, let's just say that being fat does make you unhealthy, and so much that it would render somebody disabled. Are you saying
Yeah, that does happen though. Being so fat, you would become disabled. What kind of argument is that? Let's say, you do this and you become unhealthy. Yeah, that happens.
that people with disabilities are not entitled to the same basic human rights as you? Are you saying that they should continue facing discrimination at the doctor, in public transportation, in the job market, and access to housing? Right here you say that accepting people with a BMI over 30 is wrong, but what do you suggest we do about it? Should we publicly shame them and further stigmatize body fat? Because that's what we've been doing.
No, we should actually have more information out there so that people can make the healthier choices. When it comes to people not understanding the things they consume, I think that kind of ignorance is prevalent in most of the world. I I got to 500 pounds eating crap food. And once I started understanding about, you know, the differences between good fats and bad fats, the differences between the way things are cooked and how healthy they're cooked, understanding like healthy oils and stuff like that, understanding that not all vegetables are disgusting. I know. That's a me problem, I would say. Yeah, I just don't get it. You're not. It's not oppression. You're not in a marginalized group compared to like people of color, to the LGBTQIA plus community. You're just fat, and when you conflate fatness with racism, homophobia, people of color and LGBT plus people, they can't change themselves. Being a fat person, you can change yourself. You can make yourself smaller, thus rendering you one of these elite individuals you consider average. So it is annoying that people think being fat is an oppressed minority. It really isn't. Especially when you think about the fact that in America, the majority of the population is overweight or obese. So you're telling me that the majority of the population is oppressed? Yeah, good one. Sure, Jan.
For decades, and it has not worked. Weight stigma alone is an independent factor for high blood pressure, chronic inflammation, stress markers, A1C, metabolic syndrome, depression, anxiety, type 2 diabetes, and an increased risk of mortality. Being fat does not make someone
Did you know that 100% of people pass away? Think about it.
unhealthy. Systematic anti-fat bias and weight discrimination does.
Yeah, whatever, mate.
Who decides to put a fat person on the third floor in the house? Makes no fucking sense.
Oh my God.
Huh?
I found my new career. I'm going to be a
My goodness, you are a big fellow. And a tiny little belly button as well. That's so cute. Yeah, I'm assuming this guy is over 500 pounds. Imagine you walk into this bathroom and you see him like topless, looking at himself in the mirror, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't realize there was somebody in here." And you back away slowly as he just carries on videoing himself like, "Ooh, yeah, ooh, Vogue, strike a pose, darling, sweetie."
backward stripper. Which means I'm going to come out with my clothes off and you got to pay me to put them back on. I'm going to be rich.
You're already halfway
What I
there.
eat in a day as a fat boy part 2.
What is the obsession with Super Mario music and fat people eating? I don't get it. I've said this before, I know, but I just don't understand. I don't understand it at all. Chicken curry with rice. Chicken curry at 11 AM? Are you mad? Good grief. I know you can eat what you want, but I'm not about to have chicken curry at 11 o'clock in the morning. Blimey. And rabbit food. Oh. He sees vegetables as rabbit food, so that's very telling. Yeah, we're looking at you eat, mate. Don't worry. I think I saw a bit of cabbage there. Well done. 2 bottles of Lucasade. A ton of sugar. So, yeah, he's doing well. Big bowl of chicken curry and 2 bottles of sugary Lucasade. You're doing ever so well. Nice lips, though. He's got very pouty lips. You had your mum's... You had your mum's breakfast as well. True fatness there, because I used to do that too. You're gonna finish that before they can say no. You're like, yeah, temperature. Yum yum. And his mum's looking at him like, that's my boy. Nice one, bro. Oh, his mum's like, bloody hell, I raised this. Good lord. He proper loves himself, doesn't he? And even finished the bite. He ain't even finished the bite and he's already downing. Oh, good lord. Mate, calm down. Calm down, bro. He's gonna choke if he's not careful. Good lord. You ever choked on a meatball? Oh, yeah, great. And the cookies. Do you know what, though? I did used to love the Subway cookies. I'd buy 4 of the white chocolate and macadamia nuts at a time. Where I used to work, there was a Subway next door. And yeah, I used to get Subway pretty much every shift that I was on. I know. Fat boy goals. Delightful. Oh. Oi oi Savaloy, literally. 3 glorious, glossy, glizzy goodness. A man after my own heart with alliteration. Oh, I'm warming to this fellow. Yeah, I mean, he's eaten all that in a single day. Oof. Opa, as they say in Greece. Yeah, I don't want to be his toilet the next day. Good lord. I'm looking into your eyes, mate. Alright. Calm down. Was he at a disco eating all this stuff? Like flashing lights everywhere. And there's something very disturbing about this guy. Like this has to be. This feels like it's for a niche audience. I feel like I should not be watching this. He's kind of he's eye kissing the camera, you know, and he's munching on a lot of things in a very odd way, like it's going to be running away from him, you know, like the chips are all of a sudden be like, right, screw this, I'm out the window. Yeah, it does feel like niche content, don't you reckon? Yeah, okay.
I don't like breakfast food, so I just skip breakfast and wait till lunch. That's impossible. If anything, you skip lunch. No, I don't think you understand. I literally don't eat until 2 p.m. No, literally, breakfast is just break fast. It's the first time you eat in the day. It doesn't matter when or what you're eating, it's still breakfast because you are breaking your fast. Oh, so I don't have to eat cereal for breakfast then. Yeah, so if you want to have pizza for breakfast, have pizza for breakfast. It counts, I promise.
I mean, I've had cold pizza for breakfast before. I think quite a few people have. But let's be honest. You kind of do want to have something decent to break your fast with. It's and pizza's not really that great. If you had pizza as the first thing you ate in the day, right? You're probably not going to feel great for a bit afterwards. And this comes from somebody who's had pizza for breakfast. I felt like sluggish and like, brr, I shouldn't have had those couple or 3 pizzas. You know? Hey, forget about it. What? Okay.
Do you want to see a bait and switch?
No.
Losing weight for your health is not fat phobic, and if you think otherwise, you are fucking delusional.
Okay, so that's the establishing comment, and I don't necessarily agree with it. I've never heard anyone say that people losing weight specifically for their health was fat phobic, but if they did, I could understand disagreeing with that stance. But let's see how she goes on.
The fact that there's a large group of people that actually think in their brains that losing weight intentionally is fat phobic.
It changed. Did you hear it?
Losing weight for your health, losing weight intentionally.
No, I'm not going to make the claim that
Losing weight intentionally and losing weight for your health can be the same thing. You just these fat acceptance people just clutch at straws, don't they? They're like, listen to what they say. They didn't say lose weight for your health. They said lose weight intentionally, and that's not the same thing, my darling. Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, it really is.
this was an intentional bait and switch, but it was obviously a bait and switch. She went from people losing weight for their health to people losing weight intentionally. And these are not the same thing.
Yeah, stay up. You lose weight to be healthier physically and mentally, to look better, to be able to lift heavy things, to be able to do more with your children, to be able to do more with your pets, to be able to do more with your partner. It's an overall picture of healthiness. It's the same thing. You lose weight to look good. You lose weight to feel good. They are mental health factors, right? You lose weight to have ease on your joints. That is a physical health factor. You lose weight to control your diabetes. That is a physical health factor. So yes, they are the same thing. And this guy's just an absolute bollock of the highest order, if you ask me.
Unless you think that weight correlates perfectly with health. And it doesn't. Claiming that you are...
You're just making up your own shit here, you fool.
Losing weight for your health when the evidence doesn't back it up. That is fat phobic, whether you intend it or not.
Whatever. Did someone say they need a big boy? No. I'm right here, mate. I want a big boy. I want a big boy. Hello there. I'm guessing that these are all muted because of the... Yep, you've certainly got a belly. Fair enough.
So there's a fair amount of people who've been confused about fat phobia, or saying that there is no fat phobia. And while the people who say fat phobia doesn't exist are clearly trolls, the ones who seem confused, maybe they're trolls, or maybe they're genuinely rather confused. So, with that in mind, what is fat phobia? Well, fat phobia, similar to the word homophobia, is not about fear. It is about bias or discrimination.
Stop conflating fatness with homophobia and racism. It's not the same thing. People who are not heterosexual and people who are not white cannot change that factor about them. You can change being fat by losing weight and knowing more about nutrition. Stop conflating all of this.
Against the target, in this case fat phobia, it's discrimination or bias against fat people because they are fat. And I only brought up homophobia because it's similar usage of that word, of phobia as part of that word. That's what it means. It's discrimination and bias against fat people for being fat. If you can't figure out why a fat suit is fat phobic, really?
Yeah, let me just put on my gay suit. Well, I'm already wearing it. Yeah, that's a very odd argument, isn't it? Your boyfriend's sick if he likes bigger girls. Excuse me? What are you doing there? That doesn't look like coughing. Mate, that is one saggy belly. I'm kind of glad that my belly was never that saggy. It doesn't really hang that low, thankfully. I mean, since I've lost a lot of weight, it does hang a bit. but not as much as this kind of stuff used to be. I used to be more of a protruder, actually.
So I was going to be snarky and sarcastic, but instead I'm just going to say what I mean.
This guy's really annoying, and I've only seen him 3 times now. I don't even know who this guy is, but he seems like he's really fun to be around.
The vast majority of people, particularly thin people, think this, that obesity has a cure. They're similar to, if not the same people, that think that poor people are just lazy. Here's what I would say to you. Look at the science. Look at the studies. There is no consistent way for people to lose weight and keep it off long term. All the studies back this up. So even if my intention was to lose weight or to want to lose weight, there isn't really a way to do it. Not
Oh, so this is basically going with the kind of studies where, you know, you have a drastic weight loss and you can't keep it off. And that's because you've had drastic weight loss and you're doing something that's a quick fix, which means you pile the weight back on. But when there's people out there that have lost weight in a measured and controlled way, losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, they tend to be the people that keep their weight off for life. And yeah, unfortunately, we are in a diet culture and we do get a lot of mixed messages when it comes to nutrition and exercise and things like that. So I don't think you should be putting in this argument that no, there is no cure for obesity because you can't lose weight, and if you do lose weight, you can't. Okay, great argument.
Consistently. So, no, obesity does not have a cure, but ignorance does.
Yeah, and you seem quite ignorant to a lot of things. So, mate, I think you might need to educate yourself a bit more on nutrition and the fact that there are multiple things you can do to lose weight intentionally and keep it off. Because you can have a 2,000 calorie a day diet and lose weight, and then you can stick to your 2,000 calories for the rest of your life and not put the weight back on. So, yeah.
Some weird resolutions this time of year about their bodies. I thought I'd just put this out there. Let's make this year the year we stay fat.
No, I think that's a very dangerous message to put across. And you doing it on TikTok kind of irks me, because there's a potential that people of a certain young age can see that and be like, yeah, I'll just stay fat for the rest of my life. And I think that's irresponsible at best and dangerous at worst.
Let's make this year the year we stop dieting, because it's not doing you any good. Let's make this year the year we stop changing our angles in our camera so our double chin doesn't show up. Let's make this year about fat liberation.
Liberation from what? What are fat people being liberated from? The chicken shop? I don't understand. Liberation. Liberty and justice for all obese people. But you've got it already because you live in a world of plenty. Okay. Hello, young man. How are you? You're saying something, I guess. My goodness. Like I've got a big belly still, and it's just never hung as low as that. Like I've never had to winch myself just to go to the toilet. My goodness. His back must be killing him. I beg your pardon, young man. What was that?
Anime is an important part of our culture. Oh, look at him tremble. He's gonna burst a blood vessel because I dissed his wife.
Oh, yes. Yes. You look fabulous. Okay. Mate, I've been there.
You spilled the alcohol!
My word, that's certainly a vision of something. Yeah, so that was Fat Acceptance Cringe TikToks Men Edition. And I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And yeah, take care. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.